What's up, YouTube? So in this video I'm going to talk about aligning time and price action, which is super important. Like, I can't stress this enough. It's super important, especially the kill zones and macros, and knowing the sessions and when they start. And like, most of you probably know that, but the characteristics and what happens in each session. So yeah, let's get into it. By the way, I would say a big reason why I've been winning a lot of my trades recently is because I've been taking all of this time into consideration and aligning it with my bias, and that ends up giving me the best possible setups, and that's probably a big reason why I've been winning so much. So let's get into it. Asian session, don't really care about it unless you're trading JPY. Unless you're trading yen or Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, you shouldn't really care about the Asian session. It's basically just consolidation / accumulation, or sometimes has a strong one directional move. So that's basically all that happens during Asian session. And again, you don't need to be trading the Asian session unless you're trading like the pairs I've mentioned previously. So yeah, that's what happens during the Asian session. So London and New York, they're extremely important, right? Extremely important. London and New York. So they both have good price action and strong price action. That's typically when news also comes out during the London and New York, maybe during their overlap or whatever. So that's basically it. So during the kill zones, London and New York kill zones are pretty important. So let's get into it. I don't really trade the yen or dollar, Australian or New Zealand dollar, so I don't really care about the Asian kill zone, but the London and New York kill zone are extremely important. If we talk about the London kill zone, it's typically time of the day when London puts in a high / low of the day, and the price action during the kill zone is extremely one directional with little to no retracements. So if you're trading the London kill zone, it's a high risk play unless you're really comfortable with your strategy and you know what you're doing. Obviously then you can trade the London kill zone, or else it's going to shatter you, man. It's going to trigger all your stop losses. So I would suggest probably not trading the London kill zone. Maybe, like, it's up to you. If you're confident in your bias and you know what you're doing, then go ahead, bro. We get good price action during the London kill zone, but yeah, that's typically what happens. The tendency of London kill zone to put in the high and low of the day, that's extremely important. I'm going to show you guys later, but that's extremely important. If we talk about the London kill zone, it's an important time period, and what typically happens is we get a retracement to the equilibrium or OTE or any inefficiencies that are in the equilibrium / OTE of the London range. That's again extremely important. The one thing I forgot to tell is that during the New York session, especially during the New York Open, New York can be a continuation of the London price action, which means like if if London's bullish, then New York can be bullish. If London's bearish, New York is going to be bearish, or we get a New York reversal. Yeah. Oh, what? Oh yeah. Or we get a New York reversal. Yes. So moving on to the macros, it's basically a time frame or time period in which we get strong price moves, usually resulting in a liquidity sweep or filling in some sort of a important PD array. During the last 10 minutes, for example 650 to 710, last 10 minutes and first 10 minutes. So you can probably, it's a good time to enter a trade because you'll get strong price action as soon as you enter. So that's really it, all about this. Okay, so we're on Euro USD right now, and this is by the way, the indicator I'm using is S&D profile by TFO. It's a pretty useful indicator, marks out the sessions in these little boxes, and you can easily mark out the session highs. Session highs, by the way, are also extremely important. Session highs most probably or in most cases act as a strong drawn liquidity. For example, in this example right here, in this example, Asian session has slower price action, accumulation, sort of consolidating. Then after that, as New York opened during the kill zone early London hours, these are my local timings, by the way, so don't get confused, but the early London hours is the kill zone timings, right? During the early London hours, we have a strong bullish price action. Look at these two candles, we have strong bullish price action. London puts in a low of the day, not exactly during the kill zone, but a little bit later, puts in a high of the day, fills in this SIBI, I'm pretty sure there's a SIBI right here. Yeah. There's a 1 hour SIBI right here, fills in the SIBI, and then we get a classic AMD setup forming. Asian high gets taken, London puts in a high of the day, fills in premium array, and then we get a reversal to the downside. Okay, so another important thing that I did not mention before was that Asian, London, and New York can also typically act as a classic seek and destroy. For example, Asian sessions, we have Asian low, Asian high, and Asian low. London opens, it takes out the Asian high, then takes out the London low. The Asian low, and then when New York opens, it takes out the London high and then takes out a London low. So you can basically see the price like kind of diverging, like its price is like expanding sort of. So this is another thing I forgot to mention, and it's extremely important. It does not exactly work like this, but it's like something that can happen. For example, in this example right here, the perfect example for the seek and destroy, we have Asian lows, Asian highs. London opens, takes out the Asian lows, then takes out the Asian highs. When New York opens, it takes out the London lows, but does not take out the Asian highs. So that's what I'm saying. It does not always occur in a typical or in a usual order. It can be here and there. It's not really certain for it to act as to act in one way. It's just like you have to use your technical analysis and your bias to help you out. This is the time, all the sessions and macros and everything, it's just a tool to have more conviction, and it's just added confidence, right? You can't really take a trade just on the basis of what the sessions are doing. You have to have a bias, you need to know what you're doing, and then on top of that, you can add the session characteristics and what the sessions end up doing and everything. So yeah. So the last example I'm going to show is uh, during this last week we had strong, like very strong bullish price action on Euro USD, right? So during that price action, no during the price action, during the strong bullish price action, no session characteristics were respected. Like for example, if we look at this specific day, Asia puts in a low, London puts in a low, New York puts in a low. None of the lows are being taken by the next session, and the lows stay intact, and you can't really see a pattern occurring over here. So you can get days like this, and that's what I previously mentioned, that you have to have a bias, and you have to know what you're doing, and the time and sessions and kill zones is just an Arctic confluence, and it's there to help you take an entry on a specific time during the day. It's like knowing when price is going to do this, and when price is going to have a good when we're going to have good price action and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so that's it, boys and girls, for this video. I know the video might not be perfect, it might have a lot of cuts, but we start somewhere, right? We start somewhere. I nearly mentioned all of the important stuff. I might have missed out on some stuff, but like I mostly covered all of the essential stuff. So thank you for watching, and please, for the love of God, start taking time into consideration. Love you guys. Bye.